Hey, good morning, everybody. Upstate, sitting in the booth for the Omega Billiards, Mega TV. The score of the match you're watching right now is 1-1. I know it's Alex. I know Alex. I just don't know the other opponent. If somebody could fill me in, I'll put a scoreboard up for you. I got down here rather early, and I'll get started probably around 10 or 11. But if you'd like me to keep score, give me the name of his opponent. I believe you can go on CompuSport and find out. Hey, Gord. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I know I had the sound down. I usually don't start till about 11, but I came down early again. Watching Alex. Hold on, guys. Yeah, anybody know the score? I'll update the scoreboard. I'm sitting down now. I had to have my little cup of Gojo. I'm not really a coffee drinker, but they had an iced coffee called a white mocha or something to that nature. I don't know, but I needed it. If anybody knows the score here, I'll update it. Let me know. Good morning, Cliff, my man. Yeah, I don't know the score with Alex, but if anybody does, I'll update the scoreboard. Great player, man. We also have another good match going on table one, which I can put on picture in picture. That's the one in the upper right, left-hand corner now on your screen. That's table one going on. It's going to be exciting all day long. I believe there's still a men's masters, I would imagine. Hey, Alex, what's the score? 5-4. You? Score is 5-4. Alex, his opponent, is winning. If anybody knows that gentleman's name, 5-4. I think CompuScore is the app that you can go on and find out the score on any table. This is table two we're watching, and I think it's a race to 7 in the men's masters. But somebody's got to give me the information. They had already started when I came down at 9. Their scheduled match was at 9. I came down like 5 minutes after 9. So I do not know the players' names or anything. I usually get them before the match starts. Wow, that audio just peaked up. All right, there we go. Turn it down a little bit. What's going on, Cliff, man? Where are you? I'm surprised you're not here. You're a traveling man. I miss you guys. What's with the slow play, says Dan Drew. I don't know. I wasn't sitting here at that time. But, you know, you can't blame players for getting deliberate, especially at this stage of the bracket. Let's see who's chatting on YouTube. Oh, Eric 5. All right, I don't know Eric's name, but I'll make it up. And I think it's so happy. Lots of Antavans today. Hope some get on the stream. Okay, yeah. Okay, we'll see. I could only control what they throw me here. Anybody know? I know Alex's last name. Anybody know Eric's last name? Because I could make the scoreboard up. Let me. You said it's 5-4, so let me reset the score here, and we'll put this at 5, and we'll put Alex at 4, and I got to get the names in there. That's not Alex. Alex will be on this side. By the time I finish this, it'll be over, but I'll try. What is it? Olinger, I believe. And it's a race to 7. I'm working on it, boys. I can't see the chat right now. Getting the score up to date. 7. Yeah, I know Alex. Eric. Okay, that's how you spell Eric's name. Okay, beautiful, Gary. Thank you. That helps a lot. Okay. Let me get back here. That's Alex. Let's get Eric over here. Okay, now I got the scoreboard ready. Race to 7, bada bing, bada boom. Okay, let's get the scoreboard lit. Where are you, scoreboard? Here you go. Let's move it across. There you go. Oh, that's not the score. It's 5-4, you said. Plus 2 more for Alex. There you go, 5-4. Thanks, guys, for all your help. I'd like to, at least we have it recorded. It was sure fun talking to you. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Let me tell you, you guys kept me busy. And it was the last match, and I was dragging my feet, my tongue. I was dragging everything across the floor. All right, let me go full screen over here with the match. And let's see what we can look at here. I'll tell you what, in this position where he's at playing the 3 to the 6, and I think the 4 goes past the 9. If it doesn't, he's going to have to bump it out. But if it goes past the 9, then he's going to have to bump the 8 out or play below the 8 for the upper right-hand corner. And the position he just played, I would have to say the 4 goes. Yeah, I know the big guy, thanks. 3 a.m. And I, you know what? I was going to leave the stream going for table 2, and then as soon as I got down and off the stage, I see the players wrapping up, and I said, "You guys are done?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, now I can turn it off." So I turned the system down. All right, here comes Eric. Let's see if the 4 goes. Yeah, it goes. Now he's going to have to bump this 8 out. I don't think he's straight enough to play the 8 in the upper right-hand corner here. So he's going to have to come up with plan A, push the 8 off the 12 if he's got a little bit of an angle like that, and maybe draw back and play the 8 in the side pocket. You got to be real careful. This is a touchy little shot that can get you in trouble here. Draw back here. Oh, he's going forward. Maybe he does have the angle to play it in the corner. Uh-oh. That's brutal. That's brutal. That's what I mean by a touchy little shot. It looks easy. Hunter Lombardo really said it the best. Hunter was with me in the booth a bunch of times, but there was this one time he said, every shot deserves the same respect. I said, what do you mean by that? He said, Al, no matter if it's a very easy shot 2 inches away from the ball, it deserves the same respect as any other shot. And that's the proof in the pudding there. 6 a.m. and woke up at 8. Oh, my God. I got a few hours. I got up, I guess, with the daylight, as soon as the daylight hit the curtains. 95 degrees right now in Vegas. And sunny. I like him playing safe, man. I like him getting right behind the 10 ball, kind of snuggling right up against the 10 ball like crazy glue, so that Alex can't see the 9. And right where his point of his tip is where he'd like to stick that cue ball. Get the 8 in the open and draw the cue ball right there, but he's got to be careful he doesn't leave that 9 ball shot. If he does, Alex is going to run out. That you can bet on. Got to stick the cue ball to the back of this 12. Yeah, it's another touchy shot. He just, he banked it? Look out, cue ball. Did he call that pocket? If he did, what a heck of a shot. Man, if he called that pocket, nice try, Eric. I didn't see if he did call the pocket or not. In any case, Alex he's got a couple of shots here. He's got the 9 ball. He can go back up table and take care of the 11. He's got a big heart, man. He's going after the long distance here first. It is on a bar table, but still. These balls become the size of a beach ball. And that's what I'm talking about. Wow, if that 15 would have hung, it would have been nice. But now Eric does have the kick. Lack of concentration, exactly, Gord. That's exactly what Hunter was pointing at. Not only in the professional level, in every level. You kind of take it for granted or get lackadaisy, you know. I like kicking this, straightening the cue ball out, hitting him with right-hand English and straightening it out on that angle. I think he's got to straighten it out a little bit. He's going to have to put some right-hand English on this cue ball. Kind of bend it because of the 11. Wow, ball in hand. How about this, guys? I would have to say it's going 5-5. This is what Alex needed here.
Everybody came from Bermuda. Your friends want to wish you a very happy birthday today on your first trip to Las Vegas. Terry Lee, and happy birthday.
Nice position. Just float the cue ball up for the 11 in the same pocket, huh?
We also have our Q's for Kids raffle, where all the proceeds in the benefit of the juniors program, and also where you pick up your tickets for the awards banquet. This for next Saturday, 5 p.m. in the pavilion. You can get tickets in person at the venue for that. $1,000 of cash giveaways to our VNEA players, buffet dinner, rally table giveaway, 2 giveaways, Aaron Foss giveaways, Fair Child News, tribute performances by Alex, and much, much more.
All right, 5-5. My biggest fault in player, I still play an advanced level, but sometimes you have to. Tell me about it. Hey, Gord, you're not the only one on that boat. There's a lot of people that have a closet full of those mistakes. Believe me, that's what keeps us going. All right, 5-5. And he won that on Eric's serve. Alternate break format, folks, if you're just watching. Alternate break format, so Alex just won that on Eric's serve, which is pretty big. And anytime you could win on your opponent's serve and then break, that's pretty strong. Eric's in the back dwelling on what just happened. You know, straightening out that cue ball just a little bit more, maybe a quarter tip more with right-hand English. He probably would have made that 8 ball. All right, here it is. Second ball break. The 8 ball does not count on the break. Amazing. Nothing goes in. All those balls running around the table, nothing goes in. I'm surprised the cue ball didn't find a pocket. That's what usually happens to us. Darren Appleton was sitting in with me. We were in Brooklyn, and it was, back in the day, it was $18,000 added to the tournament. And Darren says, Al, he says, this is the only game you could play perfect and lose. Well, what does that mean? Darren, what the heck does that mean? If you play perfect, how can you lose? He said, well, you can play perfect and then break, and the cue ball get kicked in by one of the other balls. He's right. Seen it happen many times. Play perfect and wind up losing anyway. When I used to golf, I would hit a perfect drive and get close to the green. Screw it up easy. Shot. Or miss an easy putt. I don't play golf. I tried. I bought a complete set of ping clubs, and I can hit the ball a million miles, but I can't hit it straight, man. And I wasn't about to take lessons. I had too much on my plate to do. And I said to my older brother, because he said he wanted to play golf, I said, well, I got a brand new set of pings for you. Here you go. I used them like once or twice. I forget. I couldn't hit that ball straight. A lot of people I know play, pretty decent golf. I just couldn't get into it. Anytime, thank you, Gord, for the kind words. Hey, folks, if we can spread the news that we are live from Vegas, it's really heartfelt by the establishment here, the VNEA organization, of course, the Westgate, and Mike, Omega Mike, for putting this on. Yeah, Randy, I was surprised I seen Alex here. I said, man, I thought you'd be at Buffalo's. And we didn't get to talk after that. He was on his way out the door in his first match. Of course, I think the last time I saw Alex was, he was at Buffalo's, I believe. Well, Eric's got an opportunity here with the 8-ball in the wide open field like that. The only problem is going to be that 11, but I believe there's enough room between the 6 and 11 to cut that into the pocket. So he can take 15-9. You really want to get against the short rail here. You want to lay that cue ball against the short rail so you have a slight angle off the 9, so you can get up a little further than where the cue ball is near the spot there and have a shot to cut the 11 ball in. So stick the cue ball more or less close as you can to the short rail down below. Earl Strickland is a good golfer. Yeah. Siegel plays golf, but Siegel likes to fish. Well, he didn't stick the cue ball to the rail. He could punch the cue ball back up. He's got to watch out here. He doesn't want to interfere with anything else here. Aim for the 4 ball. Wait a minute, does it go up table? Wow, if it does go by the 6, he's okay. From here, it doesn't look like he has the shot, but I'm not down there at the table. What is your name, please? What name? My name, Gord? Is Upstate Al. It stands for USA. Upstate Al, USA. Oh, I loved fishing, man. But I like catching fish bigger than myself. Now I'm 6'2". And that's what I enjoy. I couldn't get into freshwater. I bought the whole freshwater gear, and I just couldn't get into it, man. Unless I was channel cat fishing, you catching big cats. But I didn't really enjoy it as much as catching shark and tuna. Even amberjack, that's really, it's edible if you smoke it, but you're welcome, Gord. That's the kind of fishing. In fact, I used to go to Florida from New York, if not every weekend, every other weekend. Made a deal with the airlines. It was back then. It was Sunjet. It was like $79 each way, and we sent in a proposal to the big wigs or whoever it was, and they agreed to it. We said, look, if we don't fly out every weekend or any other weekend, you could take it off our credit card, and they agreed. And So we used to go the whole year. Well, the whole winter, the whole winter.
Blue Light Special
So when it was winter up
Saturday
north, we'd go
for
out down to
tickets
Florida, down to the
at
Keys.
the VNEA booth.
Now I didn't think
Blue Light
this
Special
went,
ticket. One
but
ticket was
Eric
$20 for
down
two
at the
for
tail. Oh,
30
clean,
from 10:30 to 11.
nice shot. Eric's
So
going to
certainly
make it to
about
the hill
5 minutes
first
for the
here.
next half hour for that. You get 2 tickets for
If he
30,
doesn't,
one
then we're
for
going to call
20
in the pool
on
detectives. That's for sure.
pool table entries. There's also a silent auction up for the VNEA sign at the VNEA booth. Stop by to see Ron up there. Again, Blue Light Special, 10:30 to 11 on those tickets for the pool table.
Randy, I don't know if this is what you would call an amateurs event. There's a lot of strong players out here. I think Shane Van Boning actually won this event years ago. I think in, I forget, 2002 or something. I forget. But I think he won the world title here of the VNEA. I know I seen a banner somewhere lurking around. Yeah, right. Amberjack's pound for pound a great fish to fight. If you ever went blue fishing, it's you can catch them 10, 20 times bigger than a bluefish, and I'll tell you what, it's a fight. I caught a 65-pound blackfin tuna or a 35. I forget how much it weighed. It was many years ago. What a nice fish. You're talking about taking a twig off a tree and whipping it through the air, and you get that sound. That's what the monofilament was doing in the water. Quick fish, quick fish, those tunas. And we caught thresher sharks, big sharks. All right, to the match we're going. Eric is on the hill, 6'5". Alex sitting there just waiting for an opportunity to get up at the table again if he can. Eric's going to do whatever he can to keep Alex in the chair. Let's watch the head-on break here. Cue ball kicked. Everything moving and nothing falling. I didn't see anything fall. Did you guys? I guess something did fall. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, we can stripe bell. 2, 4. One of each. Oh, no. Solid fill. Okay. Still open, though. Yeah, back in the day, they had a thing called the entertainment card. And a lot of your major hotels, such as the Sheraton, the Hilton, whatever the price was on a room, you got 50% off. So we used to rent out the, I think it was called a Sheraton Key. It was right there in Island Rada. It was $400 a night. So it cost us $200 a night, and it was 4 of us. So it was $50 a night for us to stay in the whole top floor, the presidential suite of the Sheraton, way back in the day. And then we used to charter the boat. Oh, he tried to knock the 12 out and busted. Really nice try, but those points of the side pockets can grow. Shane is a 3-time. Okay, there you go. Last one was in 2007. Yeah, they got banners out here with Shane on it. Many people, the Hall of Fame banners. Nice setup here. Really nice setup. I know you guys been here before. This is my first time here. It's a nice setup. So we're in this presidential suite at the Sheraton Keys, and I'm looking at the menu. We're up late, me and my at that time contracting partner, and it was Mike and JoJo. And I said, I'm reading the menu. I said, guys, look at this menu. It says if your food is not in your room in 30 minutes, it's free. That's what it said on the menu. So what do? You order everything on the menu. When they came up to our room, it was like a train. It was a train of carts. But it showed up like an hour and 15 minutes after. And it was like almost $600 in food, and they took it off the bill. You know, pool players always looking for an out, right? I mean, when the doorbell rang and said room service, and I looked through the peephole, it looked like a train right down the whole hallway. Wow, what is he doing here? Does he have to bank? Oh, he's just playing safety. He's trying to play safety and somewhere to hide, but he caused some kind of static at the bottom left-hand corner as the 7 ball is there. Alex talking with Eric, I'm not sure about what. Referee is standing to my left. If it's something about the hit, you should have called the referee over early. I would have to say that's going to be that way. But it is ball in hand. I guess he didn't get a rail or he had a bad hit. Alex looked over to me, and I don't get involved. Even if they want me to play it back, I don't. Unless the TD actually sees it. And the referee's not going to make a call unless he was called. I like taking the 7 out right now. Played a 4-7. 4-9-7 combination or a 3-9-7. Take that right out of proportion. Just talking with the refs here. So it looks like a hill match since Alex got the corner pocket freed up for the 4 ball. If that 5 doesn't go, he's in trouble. I would imagine it goes if he played it that way. There it goes. That wasn't a foul. Did you go back and scrub back on YouTube? Was it a bad hit or he didn't get a rail? Did you look at both? I probably could scrub back too, but I just don't have time right now, not at this close to the match. And it doesn't matter at this point, honestly. I can tell you right now, Alex is not a one to cheat. Maybe just a misunderstanding. So you got to look if there was a rail or he hit the wrong ball. Looks like we're going to go 66, folks, the old strip. And it's Eric's break. Or did Eric just bust? Yeah, Eric just busted that head-on break. So it's Alex's break. This is huge. I could scrub back here. Let me see. Where am I in this? And it don't matter. My opinion don't matter anyway. Like I said, I don't get involved, but you guys can scrub back on YouTube. Look clean, yeah? Did you go full screen and look at it real well? I'm trying to find the shot. Oh, this. Oh, that was the shot. Let me go back. That's when he had ball in hand. I can't get to the right point that I want. Maybe there was a foul of hitting a ball with his stick during the stroke. I don't know. I don't know what Alex actually talked about. We can find out afterwards, though, if he wants to talk about it. I think I'm at that point. Yeah, I'm at that point of the shot. Let me see what this was all about. Meanwhile, you guys keep an eye on the match. 6-6, Alex breaking. It's going to be a good smash. Strike ball went down. Oh, so what he was trying to do was play he was trying to play the 14 ball. He was trying to drag the cue ball off I guess the 12 ball here is what the shot I'm looking at. Now let's see if he touches the 7. So he's definitely going to get a rail if he hits the 12. Folks, I'm watching a replay of a foul called. I just want to see what it was about if you're just joining us. Yeah, it looked clean to me too, but you know what? I'm Switzerland, man. I don't get involved in it. You guys are welcome to go back and scrub through the video.
25 minutes, we got that blue light set to walk at the
6-6.
VNEA booth on tickets for that Valley pool table giveaway. One ticket for 20 Thursday, 10:30 to 11 at the Valley, or I'm sorry, the VNEA booth up front. There's also a silent auction for the VNEA sign at the same booth.
Hey, Corey, you can go on YouTube. YouTube lets you scrub back. 6-6 now. That's right. All right, so Alex is going to be on the stripes here. Valley table is just starting. Yeah, that's one shot that's controversial at this point. But you know how it is, man. When you're in tournaments, you know you might see something from your seat. I know somebody that lost $5,000 to Scooter, and the other guy's a good friend of mine, and I didn't see the hit. I was talking with Bobby Hunt, and Scooter. Somebody said, the other person said no, it was a bad hit, and Scooter said bet 5,000 it was a good hit, and then they scrubbed back and it was a good hit, and he lost 5,000 on one shot. Damn shame, but you know sometimes you and your seat you might see something a little bit different. The player getting your way a little bit, or something catch your eye, and all of a sudden you say, wait, that wasn't a good hit, and your mind's set on it. Like I said, Alex is not one to. As far as I know him a long time, and he's not any kind of a cheater. It's like anything else, man. I tell you that this table is green, and by the time he gets to the 50th person, it's yellow. You know what I mean? So it's just the way life is. Yeah, it was clean, Neil, as far as I saw. But like I said, it's water under the bridge now. The time of the... See, if Eric would have put up... if Eric would have put up a fight, the referee would have came in and said, hey, look, it goes to the shooter because you didn't call me over, and it would have went the other way. Al, is there anyone important in the game? You don't know. Is there anyone important in the game? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, Gord. I don't know. I tell you, you know, one of the really highlights that I've been, well, there's a bunch of them, but one of them really sticks into my mind is Ray Martin. They called him Cool Cat back in the day. I think Ray's in his 80s now, and I was in the Carolinas, and Ray was there, and I was at the Ray ceremony when they inducted him to the Hall of Fame, Straight Pool Hall of Fame. Nice touch. Okay, I just got some messages from the front desk. Table Masters Women. Plowman versus Wana coming up. That's supposed to take place at 11. We're not going to move from here. Well, we will move from here. in a minute or so. Shot. Alex Olinga defeats Eric 7-6. Bonnie Plowman. Okay, I'm glad you gave me the first name because the desk just sent me a B, and I don't know everybody. He's a great player from Alberta, huh? And her opponent. Let me just end this on a good note here. You know what? Let me fix that font. You know what? No, I don't want to. Because I put 11 a.m. A lot of people are going to get mixed up, East Coast or West Coast. I'll just put waiting on next match. Hit OK. Let's bring that across. Okay. Shooting. Shooting.
I'll be right back up in here. Can you rewind it so I can see the shot?
It was good. Yeah. Yeah. But I don't get involved. You know what I mean? I don't get involved. No, no. Oh, people were going nuts. Hey, that was a good hit. You know, I said, look, you don't get involved. If Eric actually would have called the ref would have said it. Yeah, I rewound it. I rewound it. It was a good hit. I put it up full screen. But it is what that's water under the bridge. It's done. Right, right, right. I can show it. Yeah, that's what I told everybody. I said, Alex not going to cheat anyone. Yeah, you can see it if you wish. Sure. Sure. Just put them, dip them in there a little bit because, you know, that's behind me there. Let me just mute this. you. Thank you, Gord. Appreciate it. Maria Wana from Madison, Wisconsin. Okay, let me get the scoreboard ready. And I think the ladies is a race to 6, if I'm not. Oh, race to 6. There you go. You already told me. So, upstate. All right, so we got Maria Wana. I'll get everything ready. This way I'm a little ahead of the game here. Looks like they're going to be rapid firing matches at me. In fact, Alex Oling is on another table right now, on table 3. So it's going to be rapid fire today. Okay, Maria Wana. Oh, what did I do with it? Maria Wana, and she is playing. Oh, man. Eric didn't get cheated. Alex is not a cheater. What Eric should have did was call over a referee, and it would have went his way. He's playing. She's. Oh man, what did I just do? Oh, wow, what am I doing here? Oh, killing me. Okay, so playing Bonnie, right? Bonnie Plowman. Okay, Bonnie Plowman. And that's a race to 6. And let's reset the scoreboard. There we go. Hey, folks. We want to welcome you back to the Westgate, Las Vegas. We're here for the 2025 VNEA World Pool Championships. I'm Upstate Al. I'm hired by Omega Mike. Omega Billiards actually has a beautiful booth here. Make sure to stop in and say hello. Tell them we sent you and get a free glass of wine on the house. Tell them the booth said so. And if they don't do it, come see me, and we'll put up an argument. Only joking. We do have a match coming up, folks. It's Women's Masters, I believe. I'll check with my main man, Gord. It's Maria Wana playing out of Madison, Wisconsin, and she will be playing Bonnie Plowman out of Alberta, Canada, coming up. And I could see Maria Wana is already on scene. We're going to switch the cameras over to that table, and we'll take down the big logo right in your face there. But we got to give the Westgate and the VNEA organization a big shout out, and that's why it's there. Maria Wana on the scene. And as soon as they get ready, I'll bring up the scoreboard. Damn logo on the screen. Hey, Gord, you know what I mean? When people hire you to come down, you got to give them all the respect, man. You got to put it out there. You know, let me tell you something. When I started many, many years ago, and then Jason Shaw, I don't know if Jason's watching, but he'll verify it if he's watching. Jason Shaw and Ara come up to me and said, Al, how do we start getting sponsors? And I said, you shoot for the moon and you work your way down the ladder, which means from the biggest sponsors to the smallest. But you treat them all with the same respect. Nobody's better than one. And don't forget, a logo doesn't mean anything. Talk about the people behind the logo, because behind every logo are human beings that are supporting this sport. And that was my theory, and I still stick to it. You know, whether it be any of these logos you see in the back, yeah, you see a design, okay, Valley, you see a design, Omega, you see Aramith. But keep in mind, there's human beings behind that are supporting this sport. And it's really, to me, it's heartfelt, you know. And that's what I mean by treat them all with the same respect, because we're all human beings. Anyway, enough of the preaching. That's just my train of thought. I'm standing by. I'm waiting for the match. Where did Maria Wana go? disappeared on us. That's correct. That's correct. Now, I also did not want a sponsor on board at times because when I stream on my regular streams, I have two, let's say, apparel companies, right, on my stream. And they both love each other. They're both good friends. And the second one I wanted to come on board, I said, look, I have no problems with having two of you guys on board, but you have to get along. If there's any kind of discrepancy between you, I'd rather have friends. And they're good friends, so. And of course, I promote them both on my stream. But of course, this is Omega Mike, Omega Billiards. And he's the one that handles this. In fact, this room I'm in, it has 8 tables. It's called the Omega Arena. That's right, Gord. That's right. And the other thing that I did, and I'm just giving you guys a little bit of insight, was I would make up a draft email. So, I mean, if you wanted to send out an email to Sony, Panasonic or Canon or Jordache Jeans, I'm just throwing it out there, Burger King, Coke, Pepsi, Colgate, just make up a draft email and let them know what you do. Give them some kind of statistics. And basically, big companies like that want to know what you're going to do for them, right? And this is what you're going to do for them. You're going to put their commercial out there. Of course, the commercial should be 30 seconds or under, but you can actually fit that between a rack. And let them know what you're going to do for them. And the only thing you got to do on that draft email is change the email address, and that's it. You put to whom it may concern on it, or whatever you want to put on it. And this is what I do, and I'd like to have you on board as a sponsor. And I've done that, and all you do is change the email address. So, just giving you guys a little insight, but it's tough today, man. It's tough. It's tough. And I try to get on board with Coca-Cola. They sponsor only non-profit organizations. In fact, when Coca-Cola started changing the bottles, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Coca-Cola. When you open or you look at a bottle of Coca-Cola now, notice that the top of the bottle, when you take the cap off, is brown. And I was on the road, and I'm saying, wait a minute, what the hell is this brown? I'm not drinking this. And I called Coke, and any bottle that you open the cap on, it happens to be that brown tinted color, just means it's recycled plastic. That's all it means. I thought there was something foul. I didn't know what was wrong. We use polluted water. I didn't know. But that's all it meant. It was recycled. And I did call them, and I wanted to get on board I wanted Coca-Cola on board, but they only support nonprofit organizations at this point. And if you put billiards in there or a pool, forget it, Jack. It's tough, man. It's a tough operation. Oh, this is Bonnie up at the table? I didn't know that was Bonnie. Oh, okay. They just flipped for the break. As Jackie Gleason used to say, and away we go. That is Bonnie practicing, yeah. Done that a few times. I once sent an email to every cue manufacturer. Try to get a sponsor. I got approached by a couple. Derby City is really a place to pick up your sponsors, or the Expo. Sean, I love Sean Hughes, man. Bobby Blackmore, who just passed away here in the States,
shot would have shown. I think way back in the day, he paid like, I don't know, just take this with a grain of salt. I would have to say maybe $1,400, $2,000, I forget, at the expo. And he went outside to put it on his, to put it in his Mustang. And when he went outside, the Mustang was stolen many years ago at the expo. He said, "Al, I'm so glad I didn't put the Q in there." I said, "How about the car, man? The car was a beautiful car." He says, "I know." He said, "What am I going to do? It's gone." He says, "I'm just glad I got my Q in my hand." Then he got a ride back from Mio to New York City. But rest in peace, Bobby. He's only gone a week and a half ago. Good friend, over 40 years.
What's the stream under there?
I don't know, folks. For some reason, they approached the stage thinking this is the tournament desk. We're on the way here. This is Bonnie Plowman at the table. Yeah, Sean's good cue, getting back to that. I remember back in the 80s, or maybe the late 70s, where if you didn't have a Mucci, you weren't in with the clique, man. It was like Converse or Pro Keds. If you didn't have Converse or Pro Keds, you had skips, right? They used to call it back in the day when I was a kid. But, you know, my mother used to pick up stuff from the Salvation Army and go buy it for like 10 cents a pair. And we wore whatever we had when we were kids. It didn't matter, you know, to us. But as you got older, it was either Converse or Pro Keds. And then pool cues in the late 70s, maybe mid 70s to the 80s was Mucci. If you didn't have Mucci, you weren't in, man. And I knew Lori John, and I still know Lori John, and Sammy Jones when they were married back then. And Bob Mucci used to give Lori John all the sticks he can. You know, she was a sponsored player by him. And we used to get them cheaper than you could imagine. We used to, I used to personally go to Elizabeth, New Jersey, call a place, pool room called West End Billiards. And you could see Sammy when he was in town and Lori John at the tournament. You just bought the cues right there, man. That was the cues to have. I wish I would have saved that one, the Gambler. And then it had the New York Skyline. They were nice cues. They were like unique for the time period. And then McDermott and everything else started to come up. But Mucci was always in the lead back then. And then I bought a Palmer. In fact, I still have my Palmer from years ago. It's the one with the clear butt cap. You can put your name in it. Of course, a penny or two. And then I got Helmstedters when I got into three-cushion billiards. All right. What you doing, Bonnie? Let's do it. Let me go full screen so I can see a little bit better. All right, 7 in the side. Where does the 2 go? Oh, in the other side, okay. Hey, how about perfect pull right here? Nice shot, Bonnie. Nice out. Wow, she glitched on her final trigger pull. Did you see that? She was going to pull the trigger, then she stopped and pulled it. It was like I don't know, how you, millisecond or something. I thought she was going to miss that. ERO. Hey, Celeste. Good morning, darling. Celeste is on Facebook. She actually came here a couple of times with a hubby bubby, her boyfriend, and they sat in, kept upstate company. I wish I had more company. Nate said he was going to keep me company, and we tried to get him in the first day, but the headset was a glitch, and now I got that working, so should be good. Yeah, sort of like a stutter. Did you see that? It's like a little stutter. If you rewind on YouTube, you'll see it. It caught my eye. I was actually looking at the table instead of the monitor. I could see it happening like with the internet. Maybe we get a little glitch, but I was looking at the table. Bum, 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 bum. Jessica is actually on the table 2 next here. I'm not sure who her opponent is, but they didn't show up yet. And Jessica, I understand, is in the Hall of Fame here, the VNEA Hall of Fame. And she shoots nice. I like the way Jessica shoots. And it's not my first rodeo seeing her. All right, here we go. Bonnie to the break. And the cue ball found the left corner pocket. A nice spread, though. The 6 ball is near the, looks like the 8 ball there. So what do? Take stripes. I mean, you could knock the 6 out of the way with the 5 in that side pocket there, or the 2. But why go through and do that work when the stripes are wide open here? Well, Jessica's opponent doesn't show up in 5 minutes. It's a forfeit. Jessica's husband is going into the Hall of Fame this year, too. I'll tell you, Gord, you're awful information, man. The Billiards Encyclopedia. Remember that? I forget his name that was involved with that. He used to play 3 Christian billiards. We used to play together. Man, you forget. Victor something. I hope he's still around. I think it was the Billiards Encyclopedia. Victor something. Oh. All right, Maria. Swing it. This is the second time I have Maria on live stream. Jessica's opponent is, I guess, Kim McCoy or Kay McCoy. I don't know her first name. And she has got probably now about 3 minutes more to go before she actually forfeits. The referee is standing by with Jessica. The referee says she has 5 minutes. And he's on the radio with the head ref here. W's a W in any case. Hey, your husband's going into the Hall of Fame now, huh?
Yeah.
I just got word from Gord telling me. Yeah, she's set to play Christy McCoy, right?
She played at 9 a.m., so she had to play to get her loss back, you know. So
Maybe she went back to sleep. Maybe she was exhausted. You never know. Jessica said Christy played at 9 a.m., so she probably is around. Maybe she's outside or didn't hear the announcement. But you do get a message on your phone. Anyway, that's what's going on to the right of me. There's like a group of people standing around. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Bonnie up at the table. I like to give the viewing audience the feel of being here. You know, yes, can I tell you she's going to play draw, right-hand spin, follow? Yeah, you know, I can tell you all that. And that kind of gets old after a while. I really enjoy Jeremy Jones. You know, he really gets into it. But after a while, you know, hey, Christy just showed up. All right, so that match is not a forfeit. After a while, it kind of gets like, gets blurry. You know, I like to let the folks know at home what it feels like to be here. And there's nothing wrong with calling every shot, believe me. Yeah, that's right. The message is only good if it's not in the purse. My phone's always on vibrate most of the time, unless I'm on the road, and then I leave it on ring, or else I wouldn't know who's calling. But I'm so used to putting it on vibrate, it stays on vibrate. All right, looks like Maria's going to back cut this 6 ball. Her 2 ball is down below there. There's going to be a little mess happening here. Unless she can get between it. Yeah, there's no way to get between it. Got to the 7, but not far enough over where she can cut the ball in the upper left-hand corner. Yeah, right. There's nothing better than being there, and that's why I like to keep the stories going and let you know what's going on. Because believe me, I watch a lot of streams, and I don't sign in. Because if I do, then it becomes, hey, Upstate Al, where are you going to be next? Hey, I loved what you did last time. It's not about me. It's about the person that's streaming it. So I don't usually sign in unless they ask me to, and then I sign in. But I'd rather not sign in. And I get it. All right, what are we doing here, Maria? Banking it out, getting it out in the open. Oh, excuse me. Wow. I didn't realize that there was enough room behind those 3 balls to get that 2 ball behind them. Wow. Yeah, I'm watching you make comments. I try to keep up to date with folks. I mean, if there's something I can answer, which is not usual, but off the 11 ball, she's going. Either that or she's going to the rail first and then off the 9. I like rail first off the 9 ball. Oh, she played it off the 11. I did like rail first. Well, still no easy task for Bonnie to get out here. The possibilities are okay. That 11 ball is going to push the 9 out of the way. I think you played a combination to the 9 and get the 9 out of the way. 10-9 or 12-9 combination. Wow, she went to snap it apart and wound up digging herself in a deeper hole here as now the 11 does not have a pocket. She might have to play this combination, and she can't jack up. No, she can't. Oh, this is tough. How about this? Play the 13 in the side, come around, play the 10-9 combination. You got options here. Or maybe she can play the 14 combination right now and then play the 10-9 combination. Some streamers don't like me talking. Some streamers don't like me talk. Oh, don't like talking to me? That's okay, good. I understand. It don't matter. What's the difference? You know what? If everybody in this, let's start with the United States. Let's start with a state. Everybody in the state, let's make it a law. You have to make someone in your community smile. Everybody has to do that every day. Can you imagine how nice this world will be? Let's start with a state by state, and let's go across the states. Yeah, leave ball over the hole. Yeah, absolutely. No, this is a good shot. Wow. Didn't make the initial combination, but drew it back and made the 9 ball. I take the 14 out now. I don't care what anybody says. Get rid of that 14 ball. You might even get a better angle on the 10 in the bottom left-hand corner. There you go. That's the way to go. Let's start a campaign. In fact, let's start changing the law. You got to make somebody smile. Forget about all the negativity, man. I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I want to go out with a bang. Everybody happy. You got to take the 14 out, Bonnie. You have to at this point. You really can't do anything else. I mean, you can, but you're going to get rid of this trouble ball. Who wants to deal with that 14 going into the 8? I don't. Get rid of it. Not that it's not a bad shot, but get rid of it now that you have the opportunity and use the 12 ball as your key ball to the 8. Yeah, there you go. That's the move. Now you get the good angle. Put a 10 in the corner. Bust out the 11 here. She's on board, man. Oh, it's a little closer than what I think. You got to go for the snap out here. You got to really spin this with a lot of right-hand English and give it the cue ball a chance to take. Your insurance balls are on table already. The 12 and the 13 are on table if you get in trouble either on the left or the right side of the table. I like spinning this 10 ball and going for the 11. Snap it out. Correct. Absolutely. Definitely positivity is the way to go. Spin it with a lot of spin, but you got to let the cue ball take. Then you got the 12 ball. Just get the 11 out. Oh, she went. Wow, that was weird. I think she actually went to make it and wound up missing it and getting the back of it. Yeah, that's what happened. She just said that the cue ball went the other way. Wow, that was weird. Now it's ball in hand, as far as I understand. So you play the 7 in the bottom right-hand corner and break your 5 out. Could have been a miscue, but when Bonnie walked away from the table, she waved a hand like something rolled off. What you do is you make the 7 in the bottom right-hand corner, and you just follow up, and you make her 10 ball, and the 5 lays there near the pocket. Don't do anything more than what you really have to here. does? What kind of question is that, Brent? Why do you ask that? Can you tell she has something made of hemp? Like, is her sweatshirt made of hemp? Did you read something that I don't know? Does she have some kind of dispensary logo on the back? I don't know why you're asking. Just come in and ask a question like that. Oh, Lord. Yeah, roll up, bump the 5, make a 10, and sit right there. Whoa, that's hard. You have a dabber. What kind of question is that, man? I'll tell you a funny story about pot or cannabis. I'll tell you a funny story in a little bit. Not involved. Well, it didn't involve me, basically. Oh, Trouble in River City, and it's spelled with a P with a double O-L. When cannabis became legal in California, one of my buddies who's a comedian, he does a show, well, I don't know if he still does it, but back in the day he did a show like the Jerky Boys who would make phone calls. And he started calling casinos. I'm talking 1 minute after the law passed, okay, for like 2 hours. He ran a skit calling casinos, say, hey, how you doing? I smoke pot. I just want to know if I can smoke pot on the balcony or in my room. And at that time, the law just passed, you know? And the casino was basically, no, you cannot smoke cannabis in the rooms or on the balconies. Well, what do you mean? They just passed a law. Well, that's our rules right now. You might want to call the California Police Department. He calls the California Police Department, and they know very little about the law because they just passed it a minute ago. He's talking to somebody at the desk. And, hey, I want to know if I can smoke pot in the casino. Well, it's up to the casino's rules and regulations is the answer. Well, can I smoke pot in my car? And the answer back then was, yes, you can smoke pot in your car if you're parked and the windows are cracked, I think, or closed. I forget what the answer was from this police officer. It was funny. The skit was funny, and I think you could find it on YouTube. And then he says, well, can I smoke pot on the street walking down the avenue? Not at this point, sir. The law just passed, and we're in the midst of putting them into effect. You know, that was it. So he got so many questions into this police officer sitting at the desk or whatever they were. He said, you know what I think? He says to the cop, he says, I think you and I should open a casino where pot is legal to smoke anywhere in the casino. And the cop's like, yeah, let's do something like that. I mean, it was just, this is legit California Police Department. You really got to watch it. I mean, at the time when he was live, it was just hilarious. You know, I'm just giving you a couple of pointers of questions, but he asked so many questions, and they were good questions too, that couldn't be answered. All right, Bonnie's manipulating the table. Uh-oh, watch the spin. She's good. Second rail killed it. Two 0. Hey, brother, what do you say? JP Billiards. Taking care of business down there at the Ginky Memorial. I was scheduled to do both. I got double booked, but I was scheduled here first. And I couldn't cover the Ginky Memorial, so I called Kevin right away. He is JIP Billiards streaming out of Pennsylvania, a.k.a. Greeny, they call him. He said, brother, I'll handle it. So Kevin's down there in West Hempstead, Long Island, along with Mike DeMarco. They're both handling it, and they're doing a heck of a job. Make sure to check them out. It's the Ginky Memorial live stream. I don't know how many How many players did you get, Kev? If you're still there on Facebook. I just saw your comment. I didn't have a chance to check it out, Kev. Well, I seen the stream. You know, I was watching the stream. I think California has a perfect city for pot. California. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't smoke it anymore. No, 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 no. Rock. Now, wait a minute. Rock was a pool room, wasn't it? Rock's Bar and Sports. Rock's Sports Bar and Billiards or something. I think I remember that from the first time I had Maria on the stream. Jessica's on a tear on table two, man. She's having such a good time. She's bouncing around like she just had a kangaroo hamburger. She's just bouncing. Nice break. I would like to know why Brent actually asked that question. Brent, I want to know why you asked that question. Come out of the closet, Brent. I just never got hit with a question like that. I really want you to come out of the closet and let me know why you asked that question. Are you a delivery person? Are you looking for your customer? What's the deal here? Fill me in, man. That was another big business, and still is a big business of delivering cannabis. People are smart, man. As soon as they passed that law, they came out with these little minivans and stuff and making deliveries. I'll tell you what, that's pretty scary, though. You don't want to get knocked off. Come on, Maria, let's go. Brent, come out of the woodworks. I want to know why you asked that question, man. I don't want to delete the question. I want to know why you asked that question. Did you trying to lock up behind the two-ball? No, I thought she was going to thin the nine and go behind the two-ball. She bent her knees sort of to say, slow down, cue ball. And the cue ball might have got away from her a little bit. There's music playing, like people screaming, yeah, boy, what's up, boy? Headbanging stuff. Don't you have two streams going on table 1 and 2? Yeah, we do. We do. Yeah. The problem with that is I got to download the software for this ATEM, Jared. So, in other words, this is the main table that we're streaming. I'll move the Acme logo. Drive me insane. The problem is, let's see. See, I can switch to your wife's table, and then I could do a picture-in-picture on the other table up above in the upper left-hand corner, and that's why the Acme logo is there. But I can't go reverse, and the only way to make it go where you can go camera 1, which is the main table we're covering right now, and then put camera 2 in the upper corner, is to have the software downloaded. And whoever operated this for Mike in the past never downloaded that software, so it's got to be backdoored. But I got you. I understand what you mean. You want to see that match, but I got to keep it here for now. I had Jessica on stream, I think 2 times already, maybe 3. I don't remember, but she's playing Christie right now. But I'll tell you what, Jared, if this one ends quicker than table 2, I'll switch over. Oh, Maria gets that question. Oh, because, oh, okay. Oh, okay, I got you. All right, I got you. Yeah, I said that yesterday. I said marijuana. Yes, yes. Okay, I got you. Now I understand what you mean, Brent. All right. You're welcome, Jared. I'll switch over if, like I said, if this one we're watching finishes faster. I don't believe it will. I mean, you know, the way Jess shoots, and Christie's a pretty high-tempo player herself. Unless their match goes, you know, into that safe play, which I doubt. They're both aggressive. And for the life of me, I really got to download that software, but I'm afraid to do it when I'm live. Maybe I can. But what if it screws things up? You know what? Let me try it. Okay, I'll try it. Everybody, if the stream has to go, if it happens to go down, I will be back. I couldn't do it last night. I was just too exhausted. Forget about that noise. They want me to disconnect the controller and then download the new firmware. And I'm not about to do that. We'll lose you guys for sure. Smoke them if you got them. I'm here, brother. I could switch over. I'll just need the names. What is it, Christy and Jessica, and I have to make up the scoreboard for that one. And then I could switch over to table 2 and have table 1 in the upper left-hand corner. If somebody will give me the spelling and update me with the score of that match, I could gladly switch up. I'll still have them both recorded, and I could switch over to table 2 over here. So it would be Jessica. How do you spell the last name again? Frideres, I believe. And playing Christy, right? And Christy is spelled with Kristi. What's Christy's last name? I want to see this match. Oh, God, you guys. I've been there before, man. What's Christy's last name? Oh, yeah. I know somebody said it in the comments. I'm looking. Christy McCoy. Okay, Christy McCoy. Got it. And what's the score of that match? That's the next question. Somebody give me the update. 2-0 Jessica. Okay, thank you. Come on, man. You're right on target here. Jessica's up 2-0. I hope I spelt all the names right. Let's switch over here. This way everybody's kind of satisfied. And we'll put the scoreboard up. And hopefully I spelt all the names right. 2-0. Correct? And now we'll put the picture-in-picture on. And you can still watch table 1 if you're interested in that one. There we go. Race to 6. I hope that helps. There you go. I can tell you one thing, Bonnie's about to make this 8-ball, I believe, and she's going to be up 3-1 in her set. No, she didn't make it. My dog loves you. He's not watching his mouth.
You did look great, sir.
I like the tempo of this match here on table 2. It's a totally different tempo. When Grant actually came in and asked if Maria smokes pot, I was thinking maybe he was talking about she plays deliberate, like maybe she's in zone, zoning out. I don't know. Until somebody brought it to my attention, that her name, and I kind of said that myself yesterday. Yeah, but I do like the tempo of this match here. Nice shot. Not nice. How about perfect? I can hear the dog barking right now. Three 0 as they say on the other side of the pond. Actually, Gord, it's Mikey's booth. I don't sell any merch, but I am here because of Omega Mike, Omega Billiards booth. He's the one that flew me down, taking care of me while I'm here in Vegas, and taking care of me on the way home. A stand-up guy, without a doubt. Just if you look at in the upper left-hand corner, Bonnie is safe behind the 15, and she's actually playing the 8 ball. Her solids are gone. Good break right here. Good break. The 3 found the side pocket. Kind of clustered up here on the right-hand side of this table, though. Still open. Let's take a look at the table. And if I had to pick and choose, I would pick the stripes. I was talking to Jared about selling. Oh, okay. Oh, they have a booth? I didn't know you guys had a booth here. What's the name of the booth? Oh, I see it. I see it. Oh, that was Lee Brett, right? And then I guess you guys purchased that off of Lee Brett. I saw Lee Brett, I like to say recently, but the times go so quick. Lee Brett was working with Tony Crosby down in Florida, and he still is. And I happened to go, I was driving, I drove down to Florida, and I pull into this one location where you can get breakfast. And as I'm sitting at the table having coffee and some eggs or something, or pancakes, whatever, I look to my left, and there's a big sign in the mall. It says Crosby's Entertainment, or I forget, Games and Entertainment Center or something. I said, that's got to be Tony Crosby. And I called Tony. No, I sent him a message, or I called him, I don't know. I said, Tony, I think I'm sitting in your parking lot over here in this mini mall. He said, Al, you're there. And he came by with Lee Brett and actually did the Calcutta, the players auction for Rocky down at Capone's. I think T-Rex won that one pocket. I forget who won that at the time. And Lee Brett was there. Yeah, I remember there was a controversy with the name years ago. Larry Flint or somebody. It was just a mess. Like anything else, everybody wants to hold you down. Something about the movie or something. But who wants to bring dirt out from underneath the carpet? I do. I believe in cleanliness. All right, Christy, let's go. Lost the cue ball. Boy, she gave it the leg twist there. In other words, please don't scratch. She kind of twisted a leg. That body motion. Yeah, there you go. I remember something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a dinosaur. But it was nice to run into Lee Brett and Tony Crosby. I haven't seen them in a while. And they actually played. I think they they played in that tournament too. It was like a 10 ball, one pocket thing. And they played in Capone's. I heard Rocky sold the pool room down there too. Capone's is a new owner, I believe. You know, she can make this 13 ball pretty simple. I really like taking the 11 and spinning out two rails and coming back for a better look at this 13. Gonna bump the 5 here to try to hold the cue ball. Yeah, that's tough. That was tough. I kind of like taking that, well, 11 ball, whatever it is, up table where she was at, and then spinning in two rails for a better look at that 13. Get a better angle. This is a nice little safety here. Put the cue ball behind the 15. I believe she can spin enough to get it down there, and that'll put her in check anyway, not checkmate. Well, it might be checkmate if she can nestle her in there between the rail and the 15. Yeah, I don't think it was about the magazine. I think it was about was it a movie, Jarrett? I don't know if it was about the magazine more than anything else. I forget. Yeah, she tried to put a nestler in there between the cushion and the 15, and might have got her. Might have her in checkmate. Hus- Local junior league and players also personal support in my stream. Thank you, American Hustler. Hey, Rusty, thanks for that positive feedback. Nice words there. You know, when Larry Flint, it was some kind of porn magazine or something. I think he was a creator. It was about using the word hustler, an American hustler name. Okay, okay. When Larry Flint, I believe he had that, like some kind of screw magazine or some kind of porn. I forget. I know I saw it through my childhood coming up as teenagers and stuff. And when he moved to Florida, and I still think you can see it on YouTube or you can find images of it. When Larry moved to Florida, the community did not want him there. And he bought one of those, you know, sometimes when the union does, when they go on strike and they put a big rat outside the construction zone. Well, this thing was a huge, like 2-story or 3-story hand, a blow-up hand, flipping everybody off in the community. Once he got in, he put it right on his lawn. And anybody passing by with a boat or driving, they can see this big hand flipping everybody off. I remember that back in the day, man. It was crazy. Anyway, enough of that. It was about using the word hustler in the American hustler name. And Christy does have some. You know, I think everybody that supports pool is unique in their own way. And like I said, logos are logos. You got to remember that there's human beings behind those logos, families supporting their family. And don't forget that. So everybody's unique. All right, Jess got the stripes here. She can back cut the 11, I think, from where she's at there. Oh yeah, no, I get it. No. Hey, look, I believe in anybody supporting this sport is definitely deserves kudos, without a doubt. There you go. Break the 8 out. Oh, I thought she will hit the 8, but if the 8 goes in the upper left-hand corner, she's really almost perfect here. You could make this 15 ball and actually spin between them 1 and a 9. Even though it looks straight, I think she has a little angle there where she can spin up between the 1 and the 9, make the 9. And if the 8 goes in the corner, then she's okay. There you go. Well, she would like to be to the other side of the 9 ball. But if the 8 goes down below and from here it does, she's okay. She's even better than playing. Look at the position she got for the 8. If she was shooting the 8, it was perfect. But getting on top of the 8 ball is not hard here. And shooting it down in the bottom right-hand corner. She'll be all right. Got to climb the wall. You know, it's almost like a straight pull shot. You know, carom off the 7 towards the corner. I think she'll have no qualms or no difficulty making this 8 ball, let's say. But I've been wrong once, I think, in the last 3 years, so I could be wrong. You know, Efren Reyes plays a lot of these shots, and people don't realize it, that the ball goes right into the pocket, and he just fires it, and they go, wow, wow, what an amazing shot. And meanwhile, it's laying right. The only thing Jess has to be careful about here is this caroming off the 1 towards the side. I think if she puts a little pinch draw on this, not much. Ooh, banking it. All right. So she's got enough room in there to bank it. When you're down at the table, you see things that we don't see here at the booth. Look at the rock. Yo. Wow. All right, Jared, it's your fault that I switched over. I'm blaming you. A 3-1. Don't mind me if you're muting the audio for a minute. Omega Mike said he asked me if I needed anything. I said, yeah, a bottle of water would be fine. Well, that was about an hour and a half ago. You're due to be wrong again. You're right. I got to see if I can grab something from the booth to drink. I had, first time in my life, a white mocha coffee this morning. I think it was like a $10 coffee, a small one from Starbucks here in the casino. Brutal, man. Brutal. I got to see if I can get a bottle of water. You guys keep an eye on this score. I'm pretty sure I'll make it back before this rack is over. Just in case. Hey, Ryan, I was just stepping away. Yeah, I got a couple hours. You know, yeah, I'm always up and down after working 9/11 down there at the World Trade Center. It affected us in our sleep, is what they said. And I didn't believe them, but obviously it did. Through the years, less and less sleep. I'll be back. I got to get something to drink. Wow, what a walk. Who won that? Did Jess just win that rack? Anybody give me an update? I know when I just walked in, Jess was racking. I'm not sure who won that last rack. For the people watching the upper left-hand corner, it's 3-2 Bonnie in that match. I'm not sure. This one here is 3-1. I'm not sure who won that last rack. It might be 4-1. Waiting to be filled in. Usually Gord is right there. Boom. Hey there, Ryan. Hope you're having a good day. About time you got here. I don't know if it's 4-1 or 3-2 in this match that we're actually watching. I just stepped off to get. Actually, Mikey gave me 2 bottles of water. He said, "Al, I didn't think you were thirsty." I said, "Yeah, I told you to bring me water." He said, "Take 2." He actually wanted to give me 3. I said, "No, just 2." I know the scoreboard's not up to date because when I walked back in, they were racking. Or Jess was racking and breaking. So I'm not sure who won that last rack. I wish I knew how to just open up a window and see the updated scores. I'm just not familiar with the system right now. I was out. I was out running around. 2 nights a day to stay inside. Hey Jess, is it 4-1 or 3-2? 4-1. Thanks. I got it, guys. I just asked Jess. It's 4-1. All right. That's the way to do things. Go right to the top. I can override it. 4-1. I stepped away for a moment. I bet you didn't do what I did. I got salmon, chicken, baklava. I got European rice styled with almonds in it. You know, they kind of feed us here at the casino. But if you don't get it before 1 o'clock, then it's closed. Thank you, Jared. Appreciate it. Mikey's got a refrigerator down there, but I appreciate it. Now I got a pit stop. I can stop either there or here. I'm putting all the pit stops together. Thank you, Jared. Appreciate it. Let me go full string here. Full screen and get into the match here. Jess is kind of taking it easy right now. You know, I've seen this happen, but Jess is seasoned. She's a seasoned player, but I've seen this happen with players. Trade the water for some apparel. I've seen this happen on a different level, so to say. I don't like to use the word amateur. Let's say beginners, where beginners up on their opponent like 4-1, 5-1, and then they kind of take it for granted that, hey, the person I'm really playing can't drop a ball and hit the floor, and that could come back to bite you. But I'm not saying that's the situation in Jess's situation, because you just try to bank the one and hit the point. But I'm just bringing that up because I seen that. I actually seen that through my many years of streaming beginners and pros, but more the beginners. We kind of lay back on cruise control. This is nice, just a nice touch. Make her ball, clear that pocket, play safe at the same time. Kind of hit it a little too hard. Christie might have the 11 ball, might have it. I'm not sure from this angle. Thank you, Diva. Appreciate that. We got it. Second diamond. If you can get to the second diamond, you'll be okay. Right there. Second diamond. Beautiful. Perfect. Right in the corner cafeteria was not the best. I don't eat in the cafeteria. They actually have a room behind the casino in a corridor, in a hallway. There's a couple of small convention rooms back there, and they set up a buffet for us every day. So it's salmon. Yesterday was Mexican Day. The day before was Italian. I think it was Thai the day before that. Today it's, what do you say, European maybe? It's Greek style. Salmon, chicken, all kind of salads. And you think upstate doesn't fly first class? What's wrong with you? Jess about to make this 5-1. What a commanding lead this is, especially in an alternate break format, man. If you're in Christie's seat, your shoulders are dropping as this 8-ball sinks into the corner pocket. It really hurts. And I got tickets for the banquet. I don't know what the banquet means, but I got a couple of tickets for the banquet. I never attended the banquet here. This is my first time here, so I don't know what it includes. Yeah, I understand everybody's coming down here. CSI, too. It's kind of out of... Hey, Jess, I want to just let you know your dog is watching. Your husband's watching.
The dog is watching.
Yeah. I actually...
I guess
crazy.
That's what your husband's telling me.
Literally, he's seen me on the TV. He's making all this noise.
Your husband says, I'll stop by the booth. I have water if you want water. I said, I got water here. Because I switched tables. I had this one on. But this one was like,
Slow.
yeah, so I said, let us switch over. Yeah, but they are watching. Ba, 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 ba. Jody is watching. Jody is watching. What's up, Jody? Jody's on Facebook watching.
Players just got a call from the powers to be. And I was told that the 130 drawing today is to be one of the biggest and best drawings ever at 130. You have to be present to win. We already been giving away the airless ball sets today, the full leg cabana, Dave Pearson jumping great cue, and I'm not sure what else. I was just told this is going to be one of the biggest and best drawings ever. 1:30 today, make sure there's a tournament room at an hour and 15 minutes from now. We'll have that daily drawing. That's what's going to be one of the biggest ever.
right, I got the audio back. Wow. I lost the audio there for a minute, folks, but I recovered. Don't ask me how I did it. I must be part Einstein. Got it back. Not a video froze. What the heck is going on here? We're getting attacked. I don't know. How come we froze here? Let's see if I could get that back now. Okay. Video. I got the video back now. I gotta be genius. Now where is our scoreboard? Tell me we lost that. What is everything dropping over here? Lost our scoreboard. Yo, what's going on? It's like they're making me add everything over here, like where somebody's remoted in here. Let's see. Rename, remove. Doop. How about duplicate? How about duplicate? Let's see. Man, they're making me add everything here. That's not nice. Let's copy that. Hit OK. Now I gotta re-add it. Yo. Okay. Paste. Hit OK. I got the scoreboard back. This is brutal. I guess when I refresh, I'll recover everything, but it's really brutal that that happened. I don't have the logos up there. It's like everything disappeared on me here. Yeah, when I refresh, it should recover, but for the time being, we'll stay right here. Sorry about that, guys. It's technical. I still hope we're live. Are we still live? What program do you stream? Well, this is what they stream with. They use OBS Studio. I use me personal, I use a paid version of Wirecast, and it's all up to date. I mean, I used to use OBS when I first started. I guess I used it for maybe 2 or 3 streams, and I didn't like it. I get it. It's open source, you know. I get it. And you could do a lot with it. But I find Wirecast user-friendly. I mean, I lost everything, the audio, the video, and right down the line, all the way to the logos and everything. I mean, I still have them in my sources and stuff, but I guess after this match, I'll refresh OBS and come back. But I'm going to have to, you know, drop the stream and come back on Facebook and YouTube. I don't think I ever had that happen on Wirecast. You use Wirecast for? Yeah, that's what I use, Ryan. I've used that for, I can't tell you how many years. I used to use it when they actually had telephone support. I have to agree, Ryan. I mean, I use Wirecast on the CPU or the graphics card, and it's like, takes nothing, man. You know, I think OBS is a little glutton. I mean, if you adjust everything right, it can play nice. And it's got nice features, you know, don't get me wrong. I don't want to knock anything, but I prefer Wirecast. It's like everything that I loaded in there, which isn't going to take me long to put back in there. It's just been gone. I believe if I refresh the encoder, it should be okay. All right, 5-1. Jess is up at bat here. Try to play safety, but it's left a 5 out there. 5 to 6. I mean, if you're Christie, you really got to step on the gas here. You know, 5-1, you got to let that arm loose. Not the 6, I'm sorry. The 5 ball is the only ball. I thought the 6 was the 8 ball in the bottom left-hand corner. I was trying to look at the table instead of the monitor. Shows you how good my eyesight is. I mean, you got to take your 5 ball out, right? I mean, you have the opportunity, and then try to get to that 4 or that 2 ball that's near the side pocket. I believe it's the 4 ball. It does go on the side. And then elect to play a safe. Well, Christie's going to elect to play a safe from the opening shot here. Ryan King, would Haley be on the winners bracket game today? I'm not sure. You have to check the CompuSport app and get on there. And if she's going to be on table 1 or 2, or he's going to be on table 1 or 2, I'm not sure who Haley is. Then yes, I would have to say yes, as long as I'm on table 1 or 2. Guys, we're over on YouTube also, and that's where we're chit-chatting at. Yeah, the problem with looking at the table is you look like you are Einstein because of the lag, right? You're really supposed to look at the monitor, right? I mean, I think we all know that. This is where everything matches up. Unless you got a super flying internet service, then it might match up, but there's always a little lag in between. I don't know what OBS can do now, but I like with Wirecast it controls my PTZ cameras without extra remote. Yeah, they have the onboard remote. Love the hotkeys. Yeah, the hotkeys are great. An added package of graphics. Yeah, absolutely, man. You could go into that package of graphics and just search it forever. Just punch in whatever you want to search. It's just amazing what they add. That library you're talking about. Replay feature is cool using ISO. Yeah, yeah. Well, you know what I also use with my personal system is I have the Elgato Stream Deck, the big one, and you program all of those buttons with Companion, and it's like a one-button thing, man. It took a lot of strain off me because most of the time you're a one-man operation, and buying the Stream Deck was a big help, especially programming it with Companion. You know, I bought the Stream Deck and I had it sitting at the house probably for a year and a half, 2 years, never used it. It was still new in the box. But prior to buying this Stream Deck, and I just came across it I don't know, accidentally. I was watching videos, you know, and what these big YouTubers, you know, are using. And the Stream Deck is like a norm. So I said, the heck with it, let me buy one. So I bought one. But prior to buying it, I called the company who is not Elgato anymore. It's actually like Corsair or something. I forget who owns it. Corsair or somebody owns the company that bought Elgato and their program Stream Deck. So I called them. I said, look, I'd like to know what this does and what it entails and what's behind the switches and stuff. I'll tell you what, next time I'm here, we're going to stream all 8. I didn't know what I was up against when I came here, but when I seen all the equipment Mikey has, I said, Mikey, we can stream all these tables. Stream Deck, the company Corsair, I forget the name of it, they said download the free software and experience it and see how you like it. I said, well, look, I said, there's only one problem. I said, look, I'm working off my MacBook Pro right now, and as long as I could download your software and take it off of my MacBook Pro, I'm okay with that. And the company said, oh, yeah, that's very simple to do. I said, all right, great. Tell me how I download this software so I can look at the back end of your program. And I downloaded on my MacBook Pro, and I really like the program with a Stream Deck. It's really endless, man. It's like endless what you can do with it. So I said, great. But it also works better with Windows. So I just purchased like an $8,500 beast from Apple, which you can probably build for like $2,500. But anyway, I bought it. And finding out that the Elgato Stream Deck and other equipment that I was purchasing is more friendly with Windows, I went out and bought one of these big alien machines that's like, you can throw a monkey wrench in it, you're not going to destroy it. And I called Corsair back, who owns Stream Deck, and I said, look, I said, I really appreciate it. I said, but I'd like to take this program off of my MacBook Pro that you guys said that I can take off if I don't like it. All my machines are naked. Everything is saved on hard drives. They just come off the shelf. The only thing my machines have on them is updates. But anyway, I couldn't get the program off. The Stream Deck program off my MacBook Pro, which I wasn't going to use for the Stream Deck. Well, I called again. They said, "Sir, you have to go through email with our support team." So I emailed them and said, "Look, I explained I want to get this program off my MacBook Pro." A week later, they get back to you. They answer you, "Well, what kind of program was it? Was it version this, version?" Answer them back another week. I got really tired of it. I'm going a month and a half already. I just want to get this program off my machine. I called Apple, and Apple couldn't get it off. And I got good Apple support. I own just about every product except for that big service. And Apple couldn't do it, man. Can you believe it? So I emailed Corsair or Corsair, whoever owns Elgato, I emailed them back and I really used the cuss words. I said, let me tell you something, you MFs. I said, if I got to fly out to California to put my fist through your face, I want this taken off this machine. And I got a phone call. It wasn't national security. I got a phone call, and the gentleman said, Al, I understand you want to take the program off. He said, can I ask why? I said, yeah, because I'm not going to use it on Apple iOS. I'm going to use it on Windows. I bought a Windows machine because it's user-friendly with Windows. He said, it is. He said, just do this. This, boom, boom, 3 seconds, the program was off my Mac. I said, let me ask you a question. I said, I called Apple. They couldn't take it off. I got in touch with your company via email. They couldn't take it off. How did you do it? He said, Al, you're talking to the gentleman that wrote the program for the Stream Deck. I actually have his personal number. He says, I'm the one that owned the company, Elgato, and they bought me out. But in the contract, I was in contract to stay on board with them for 3 years. He says, it's now 11 years. I said, well, I guess they're treating you good. He laughed. He said, Al, if you have any problems, he says, just call me. And I got his personal number. He actually wrote the program, so which was pretty cool. So, yeah, I swear by the Stream Deck. It makes your life so simple. I mean, just at ease. It's less you have to do, just at your fingers. Check it out if you guys are getting back out on the field. Definitely get one. You won't regret it. All right, just for another safety here. Oh, yeah. Shot. I mean, she did leave the 4 ball, or the 2 ball out there for the side pocket, but it's not. Yeah, perfect guy to know, Ryan, absolutely. And real cool cat, too. I mean, you know how it is when you write programs. You got to have patience of a saint. And this guy is really down to earth. Oh, this is turning into a chess match here. If my tone of voice went down, it's because my mouth is full of rice. I'm trying to eat. It's ice cold right now because it's air conditioning back here. Here's another safety. You line up behind the 15. Very slow. That's too hard. Actually came out all right. Nice shot. Yeah, you married a Stream Deck with a program called Companion. And, well, I got 2 4K studios, television studios from ATEM and my system. Actually, I actually have 3 TV studios, but one is the older one. The 2 new ones are 4K. I actually only used the 4K. I only used one of them. I never used the other one. I'm actually looking to sell it if somebody's interested in it. And I think right now, they might be $2,500 or $2,800. When I got them, they were like $4,000 each. So I'm looking to, never used. I updated it with the firmware, and maybe needs an update now, but never used it. And it's in my rack, so it's never been abused. It's been protected on the road and when I'm on scene. And it's all SDI. I think you could hook like 24 cameras to it.
That's Monday night at 7:30, opening ceremony, the Southern Chips Mixer. In the event center parking lot, out the back doors, free beer, pop, chips, all singles and mixed special for the ceremony, along with all introductions, giveaways, professional DJs, much more. Also, we're having 45 minutes until our daily drawing of the Thomas.
There goes Liz Lovely. I guess the match with Bonnie is over, and Liz Lovely just sat down. I guess she's due up next on table 1. I hope I didn't mute my audio. No, okay, we're still got audio. Ryan, if you're talking to me, I'm still here. I know my audio's going out. You might be talking to God. I probably made him hungry. Probably ran something, get something to munch. Does a T go to the side? What am I looking at?
Looking about where the pink tickets from American Hustler.
Oh, does the 10 go on the side?
Get them out to the American with the draw right
I guess that's what you're talking about. I don't see a 10 ball. I see a 14 ball. Referee on scene. Jacked up and fire. Got to watch a double hit with the stick. She got out of the way perfectly. Good hit, in my opinion, but I means nothing. The referee has to do it. Oh, I see the T is close to the 5 button on the keyboard. Okay.
For the 863 area code, Jermaine Atkins. He won the 2012 Michigan. Go see him up at American Hustler booth. I'll get you that prize.
Wow, the referee called a bad hit on it? Wow.
She hit the ball twice.
She hit the ball twice? She hit the ball twice is the call. The referee has the app where you go into slow motion. Yeah. I remember Tony Robles started that years ago with the Predator Tour. Yeah, Liz Lovely is there. In fact, yes, and Randy did just show up just now. It looks like Jessica is going to win this one here by the looks of it. She's not the tallest in the bunch, but she's reaching it. Look at the long bridge. Yeah, she's out the door. I wouldn't blame Christy for getting out of her seat and just shaking hands. Christy's in your left-hand corner there. I'm a certified ref at the VNEA and VCA. Oh, cool. So you know Ricky, right? Looks like Jess is going to win this. Ricky Bryant. Lost a lot of weight recently. There you have it, folks. 6-1. Jessica over Christy. And I just want to say a big thank you to everybody out there that's viewing. And we're going to switch over. You got Liz Lovely playing Randy on the other side. I just got to get the scoreboard all updated. They're just throwing matches at me rapid fire right now. So I should refresh the stream, actually, to get all the logos back. It's really unfair that I do not have them up there. So when I refresh, I wonder if I just refresh. No, I'm gonna lose everybody. But I think at this point I have to refresh. I got to get the logos back. I'll see you guys in a minute. It's going to be a different link. Apologize. Thank you, Ryan.